SMT Nation, we back. Nation, this article is actually really good from Dano Light Reading. I'll be sure to link it for you guys here in the description. Will Verizon reverse its consumer losses in Q3? That is a tremendous question. Earnings are coming October 24th, right? It just puts us a couple of weeks away, and we're going to find out that answer. But for the last year and some change, I don't know, we'll call it, 5-6 quarters or something, Verizon has been losing customers on the consumer side. The business side continues to be the shining star, saving Verizon from having, poo on their face. But to be honest with you guys, projecting that it's going to be turning it around takes a deep dive. So this article does a really good job of it. All right, so let's check it out. Let's take a look at some of these elements. You guys are going to get an overview of this article, some of the analyst talk and commentary from the executives at the companies. And then you're going to get my take too at the end. And I'll sprinkle it in there as well. All right, so I'll be sure to link this article for you in the description. And of course, ways to support us also there in the description. Big shout out to the folks who have been supporting the SMT through the coffee link, as well as checking out the other links, our partner links and things of that nature. Thank you to the YouTube members and the Patreon supporters. You guys are greatly appreciated. All right, so Verizon has been losing customers, right? No way around it. And maybe that's starting to change, right? According to Verizon and financial analysts at TD Cowen, they are saying that the new rate plans and an upgraded 5G network through C-band has been getting Verizon to kind of turn the corner. By that, they're talking about becoming less negative and moving towards becoming consumer gain positive. According to the consumer CEO, Sampath of Verizon, he said step one for us is to get positive phone net adds in the consumer business. Once we do that, we'll get to our fair share. And he's speaking about, consumer ads. He said, but we're going to have to work up to it. Step one is to go get positive phone net ads, and we're working hard at that. See, that's the crazy thing, guys. When I see commercials for Verizon, I only see an emphasis on business customers for fixed wireless access and different solutions. I don't see them advertising the consumer side. That hasn't changed under this new CEO. Hasn't really changed in the marketing side. They don't even have a CMO, right? So just throwing that out there, that's some of the facts we've seen. Verizon did lose a lot of customers over the last, year and a half. They've had quarters where they lost over 250,000. They've had quarters where they lost over 130,000, quarters where they lost 60,000, more recently. So they've been working their way down and losing less. At Verizon, they probably call that good momentum. I'm sorry, but losses are losses. So you suck less. Good for you. Nobody's happy about that. Where the hell do they do that at? Imagine being like an NFL team. You got 17 games. You go 0-16 or 0-17, but you only lost by 3 points instead of losing by 30. You see what I'm saying? It's bullshit. It's just the way it is. There's just no way you can kind of candy coat it. But anyways, analysts are saying that now with that trajectory and that projection, maybe they're going to get positive. Okay, so in quarters where they lost almost 300,000, in quarters where they lost 250,000, and all of this other stuff, now they might be turning things around and going positive. That's the projection, possibly Q3. Maybe it's a little too early for that. But it looks like Q4, the smart people are saying that the Verizon My Plan pricing plan, the iPhone upgrades and deals that they've had are going to make a difference. All right, this is an exact quote from the report. Verizon's new iPhone promotions are encouraging customers to stick with the operator. Verizon's offers are performing very, very well. T-Mobile's are not. AT&T's are somewhere in the middle, which is kind of crazy because AT&T to this day still offers the best iPhone promotions, new and existing customers. All I know is this, folks. Verizon has been suffering from a perception issue, and they have yet to really attack that, right? They've got all these great media deals, right? Content provider deals. They've got all these things that they offer with the My Plan, and nobody knows they exist. Very few people are actively looking for it. They've tried to do some things with prepaid and with TracFone, all these things, but you don't really know, and it's not very loud. Meanwhile, T-Mobile markets one tiny little thing that really isn't even that great of a deal. The quote unquote uncarrier move, unlocked freedom and all that. They're trading locked AT&T phones for locked T-Mobile phones, and they've got people duped, really buying that hype that it's something good. So like Verizon could be offering, incredible things and nobody knows. They're just not really letting the customer know properly. They're not conveying the message clearly and aggressively. So whatever transformation and all this stuff, I mean, they have to execute this thing better. They're not doing it well. They can try a more localized marketing approach. They could try some new incentive programs. There's options. There's things they could do, but it's not showing to be all that effective. Saying you suck less, that's cute. Maybe you say that to like a 12-year-old, but I'm sure there's some investors who are like, what the hell? You're trying to gain customers and you're still negative? Like if you weren't trying to add customers and you were negative, then yeah. But you're trying to be positive and you can't get positive. That's crazy. And by the way, I'll just throw this out there as a projection. There's no guarantee that even if Verizon becomes positive Q3 or Q4 of this year, who's to say they won't be negative Q1 of next year? And Q2 of next year? Who's to say that Verizon wouldn't raise pricing? All right, now I want to say something here at the very end, and I saved it here for the last minute or so. And a big shout out to you guys for sticking through to the end. The reason why Verizon has been improving their losses and losing less, it's not really about C-band. I want to be very clear about this. The reason why Verizon is getting less negative, and the reason why they have stabilized their churn rate, it's not because of C-band specifically. It's about what C-band can do. It's the fact that customers can get a Verizon 5G home internet for like $35 a month and $25 a month for the legacy customers who have had it over the last year. That's really the solution. These customers would be fleeing, right, if they had price increases and no way of saving money by bundling the service. See, Verizon is willing to give a customer a deal as long as they deepen that customer relationship. Instead of paying $60 or $70 from cable for home internet, you can get the Verizon home internet for $35, right? And it's a good deal. And what it does is it reduces your overall cost of your billing between all of your services. Because if you had like Verizon Wireless and your family bill is $300, adding a $35 for the home internet puts you at $335. If it was big cable, you'd be at $370. So this to me explains why it's not really C-band that's saving customers from going. It's the 5G home internet that has been enabled through C-band. That's really what it is. Because I'll tell you right now, if Verizon wasn't selling fixed wireless access, more customers would be gone. The churn rate would have stayed elevated. It would have been industry worst every quarter. And it would be over 1.0 every quarter. That's really what's saving Verizon's you-know-what. It's the business internet, right? Business fixed wireless, business mobile, and it's the fixed wireless access. Folks, these customers would be running away. Some customers look at Verizon like they look at cable. They'd love to get away. Tell me if you agree or disagree with my takes on that, and also tell me what you think of the article and some of these analysts and what they're saying here. Do you guys think Q3 is going to be positive or negative in the consumer side? Do you think Q4 is going to be positive? I think Q4 will definitely be positive, but being positive in a quarter that has an iPhone launch and a holiday, it's not impressive. So what? You're going to be plus 30,000 in the holiday season? That's not impressive. AT&T is going to be, plus 450,000. T-Mobile is going to be plus 700,000. Big Cable is going to be plus 950,000. You had 30,000. It's pretty quiet. It's pretty weak. I don't think they'll be better than plus 50,000. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.